September 19th, Russia's Belgorod forest looked calm, silent, untouched. The kind of night where soldiers relax, engines idle softly, and commanders believe the worst is behind them. But silence in war is never safety. And on this night, a single mistake, one no one noticed, would turn that calm into catastrophe. Hours earlier, a tiny Ukrainian drone, no larger than a bird, slipped through the trees. It didn't fire a weapon, it didn't drop a bomb, and it didn't return home. Because its mission wasn't to survive. Its mission was to send a message. And by the time Russian troops shot it out of the sky, that message had already been delivered. They thought they had eliminated a spy. In reality, they had just confirmed the exact time and place of their own destruction. If you love real stories of modern warfare, drone technology, and battlefield innovation, make sure to subscribe to WarfareLab. What comes next is one of the most humiliating ambushes of the entire war. Deep inside the forest, Russian and Chinese troops escorted a convoy transporting Chinese-made PLZ-05 self-propelled howitzers, brand new artillery meant to rebuild Russia's collapsing firepower near Kharkiv. The route was secret, the trucks were camouflaged, and the soldiers believed they were invisible. They weren't. This story didn't start on the ground. It started in orbit. Commercial satellites from Maxar Technologies had been quietly watching the port of Vladivostok, where containers marked with Chinese military codes were unloaded at night and moved without documentation. Once Ukrainian analysts confirmed what those containers held, a new intelligence operation was launched: Ghost March. From that moment, the convoy was never alone. High above the clouds, small Switchblade 300 loitering drones followed every movement. They sent encrypted video through Starlink, not to a pilot, but to an AI system in Kiev that monitored radio chatter, call signs, engine heat, and even predicted where drivers would stop to rest. It wasn't reconnaissance anymore, it was prediction. The convoy didn't know it, but every mile they drove was already expected, calculated, and mapped. At 4:15 a.m., 5 miles away, an M113 armored vehicle waited under thermal camouflage. A Ukrainian drone operator leaned forward, eyes on a glowing green screen. He pressed a switch, and 25 FPV drones lifted into the night. Each carried a shaped charge warhead designed to pierce armor before detonating. But these drones didn't fly together. They didn't move in straight lines. They twisted and scattered like birds panicking in a storm. Ukrainian engineers called it the Phantom Swarm Protocol, chaotic flight that radar couldn't understand. And it worked. The TORM-2 air defense system saw unexplained flickers and dismissed them as birds or weather. For a moment, the swarm was invisible. Then the operator's screen filled with snow, static lines, distortion, electronic warfare. A Russian Orlan 10 reconnaissance drone arrived, scanning, jamming, searching for the control signal. If the Orlan found the M113, the Russians would have seconds to destroy it. The hunter had become the hunted. Miles away, the Orlan pilot noticed something strange on his console. Tiny radar echoes that moved together, too controlled to be random. He radioed the Spetsnaz commander on the ground. The Russians reacted instantly. A soldier raised an LPD-801 anti-drone rifle and fired a beam of electromagnetic energy into the sky. 3 Ukrainian drones dropped like stones, feeds going black inside the M113.
"They're tracking us,"
the operator shouted. The convoy accelerated. 15 trucks, each carrying artillery and ammunition. 2 more Orlan drones launched. Russian anti-tank teams prepared Kornet missiles to fire at the first confirmed signal source. The Ukrainian operator responded with something no Russian expected. He fought back electronically. He activated the echo trap. It didn't jam the Orlan. It copied its control frequency, delayed it by milliseconds, and returned it. To the drone's computer, it was like hearing its own voice echo out of sync. The Orlan began flying in confused circles. Blind. That was the opening. A hatch on the M113 opened, and a Switchblade 600 loitering munition soared into the sky. It climbed to 15,000 feet, locked onto the Orlan's engine heat, and dived. The explosion tore the drone apart mid-air. The Russians didn't need video. They saw metal fragments rain down. Now they knew where the attack was coming from. At 4:18 a.m., the convoy commander called for air support. From a nearby base, a Ka-52 Alligator helicopter took off. Laser-guided missiles armed, thermal cameras searching for the M113. Minutes later, the helicopter found it. Inside the armored vehicle, a warning screeched. Laser lock, missile inbound, impact in 20 seconds. The operator didn't run. He launched a small canister into the air. It burst into a cloud of glowing aerosol, engineered to burn hotter than any vehicle. The missile changed direction and detonated harmlessly. The Ka-52 wasn't finished. It lined up for a cannon run. The Ukrainian operator deployed his final card, a tiny FPV drone carrying an experimental EMP charge. The helicopter ignored it, just a blip on radar. Then, at a few hundred feet, the operator triggered the charge. There was no explosion, just silence. Every computer on the Ka-52 went dark. Screens died. Guidance failed. A 12-ton flying tank turned into a blind brick. The pilot pulled up and retreated, barely keeping the helicopter in the air. The sky was clear. At 4:21 a.m., the Ukrainian operator looked at the remaining 22 drones orbiting above the forest. He pressed one button. Authorization confirmed. The Phantom Swarm dropped. 22 drones dived at over 120 miles per hour. Each locked onto a truck's thermal signature. The first warhead punched through a fuel tank and detonated. 600 gallons of diesel ignited instantly. The fireball triggered secondary explosions. Artillery shells cooked off, ammunition detonated, and vehicles vanished into flames. The quiet forest turned into a chain reaction of metal and fire. In less than 3 minutes, the entire convoy was gone. 15 Chinese howitzers and 20 trucks were reduced to twisted steel. Flames shot through the trees, lighting the sky for miles. Hours later, a Maxar satellite photographed the aftermath. Black craters, scorched forest, shattered artillery. The largest crater was over 35 feet wide. $70 million in equipment had vanished. But the real damage wasn't the metal. The convoy's command truck was destroyed, and the EMP had crippled radios. Russia lost communications across the region for 72 hours. Without the incoming Chinese artillery, Russia's firepower advantage around Kharkiv evaporated overnight. Ukrainian forces pushed forward, retaking ground believed impossible days earlier. And in Moscow, commanders began quietly questioning Chinese hardware that never fired a single round before being blown apart. One operator, inside an aging M113, had blindsided electronic warfare, destroyed a reconnaissance drone, disabled a Ka-52, and wiped out an international weapons convoy. Modern war is no longer about who has the biggest army. It's about who adapts fastest. And on that cold morning in Belgorod, Ukraine proved that intelligence, algorithms, and audacity can destroy empires. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real-time stories of drone warfare and battlefield innovation, make sure to subscribe to WarfareLab and leave a like. Because this war isn't decided by tanks, it's decided by ideas.